channel, everyone. Now today I have some pretty good news for you guys, and I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this, especially if you're building a new edge Mustang, especially the 2-valve Mustangs, and potentially the Mach 1s as well. I know the Cobras might differ, but this is definitely good news for you guys who don't have a factory supercharged new edge. Now, excuse the dirty windshield, the dirty car. This car is dirty. It got caught in some rain, and also with the radials back on it, I forgot how quickly, and I mean how quickly, this car gets dirty, because it picks up literally all of Texas behind it with those radials. So excuse the dirty car, but went ahead and did some weight reduction, and I actually finally went ahead and got the car weighed. Now this car actually surprised me a lot with the weight, because I actually thought it was going to be a lot heavier. I thought it was going to be around 200 pounds heavier, but in all reality the car is actually spot on, and I mean spot on, maybe a little bit lighter than what I thought it was going to be with the miles that it has done. And it makes me really excited for what this car is going to weigh when I do some of the other modifications to this car that really are not going to impact like the daily drivability or just the comfort of the car. There's maybe 2 modifications that might go ahead and hinder the performance, daily driving it, and just the comfortability, you know, going on, I'd say anything longer than an hour-and-a-half cruise, it might be, you know, kind of a hindrance. But for the greater good, for the car to be fast, for the car to be fun, you know, for that hopefully 5 seconds of fun, it should be worth it. Now we're gonna pull up to the spot, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of give you guys a breakdown on what I got done, if you guys are new to the channel, and then I'm gonna go ahead and reveal all the numbers that this car, you know, is putting down right now as far as weight goes. All right, but I'll pull up to my favorite spot. This is like my favorite spot in the area that I'm at right now, because nobody ever parks up here because it's so damn hot and it's kind of away from everything. I'm trying to find some more spots, but this is like the most like consistent spot that works out like 99% of the time, as far as like no cars being up here, especially during the times that I usually go ahead and record these videos for you guys. So I'm about to park this car, and I'm about to show you guys what we're working with, man. Good old Dillards. All right, so I got the results from the weigh station after getting this car weighed with the minor weight reduction we have right now. I am recording this video with my GoPro because my camera died. Yes, my shirt is drenched in sweat. It's 100 degrees outside. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers. All right, so you guys can see here, this car weighs 3220 with the minor weight reduction that we have done. This is 3220. This is not race weight. I'm about 130 pounds, so this car with me inside of it, with a half a tank of gas, the half drag pack, and everything we've done so far, is about 3350, which is actually pretty darn good for these cars. You guys remember, this is a boosted car. It does have a supercharger as well as an upgraded intercooler. We'll go ahead and open up the doors so you guys can see what we have working with. This is the weight with the stock driver's seat. This is a power seat, so it does have the motor underneath it. This is a brick. It's incredibly heavy. I have no passenger seat, and I have no rear seats as well, with a gutted trunk. Only thing in there is just some rags and whatnot, but that's not really going to add any weight. Now what's also done, obviously, is these are going to be some 18 by 9 inch Rovos Durban wheels. These are incredibly, and I mean incredibly heavy. The car is going to drop a pretty significant amount of weight when I do go ahead and put on the front runners, the matching welds. This car does have a stock K member as well. What we have in the back are going to be some 15 by 10 weld S71s. These are obviously non-beadlock. It does have a 275/50/15 Mickey Thompson ET Street SS tire. These are not going to be the R's. I do believe the R's are a little bit lighter, but that's pretty much what we're working with right now. We are dealing with a full exhaust as well. We're not going dumps yet. Honestly, I'm not too sure if I am going to go dumps with this car. Borla ATAKs with the mufflers. Obviously we have an X pipe and some long tube headers as well, so that's going to be pretty much the exhaust system. There's some weight we can save by going dumps, but again, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to go ahead and do that. As far as the hood, we have a Cervini's 4-inch cowl hood. This is going to be a fiberglass hood, so it is a little bit lighter than stock. Actually, it's probably a lot lighter than stock. Let me know down in the comment section how much the stock hoods weigh, because there probably is a significant amount of weight savings, because just holding them, you know, up, it's pretty crazy how heavy that stock hood is. But that's pretty much all we have done as far as weight reduction on the Mustang. Now, what I am planning on doing with this car is I'm gonna go ahead and replace the driver's seat, take out the motor, and just go ahead and put a Kirky seat in here. So we should be saving quite a bit of weight right there. Should be around 25-30 pounds by just swapping the seat. We are gonna go ahead and go with an aftermarket K member as well. Now, the one thing I do not want to do when going ahead and going with the K member is I don't want to destroy the drivability of the car. I mean, it is technically going to be like a race car, but I still like to drive the car, cruise it around, take it to meets and whatnot, and just enjoy it without actually having to race it. Because honestly, I be just driving this car like it's bone stock. Like, I don't even put this car into boost like during the week when I do take it out. I literally just cruise it. So I still want to have that capability of just taking it out just to cruise. So let me know what K members you guys recommend that are not going to destroy the drivability of the car. We should save about 80 pounds of weight by swapping that as well. We're also going to swap 80 pounds by going with an aluminum block. That's what the new motor is going to be. So that's about like 160 pounds right there, swapping that. And with the 20 pounds with the passenger seat being swapped out with the Kirkley, that's about 180 pounds of weight. And we can also factor in going ahead and swapping out these heavy, and I mean heavy ass Rovos Durban wheels with some matching S71 rears. That could be another like 20-30 pounds. So that 3220 minus the 200 plus me in there should be like a little bit over 3,100 pounds race weight, me in the car, which is, I think, pretty damn good. Again, still a car you can drive around, still a car you could daily if you want. And that's kind of like what I wanted to go with. I didn't want to have something that was completely stripped out. Like, I don't plan on going ahead and, you know, taking out the carpet. I don't really plan on going ahead and, you know, ripping out the dash or whatnot. 'Cause I know a lot of people like to tear out their dashes in the center console. This is how I kind of want to have the car look, obviously with the different, you know, seat, and then we will have the K member. So I think this will be a pretty stout setup. What the power the car should be making, or at least what I'm going to put it up to off rip until I get used to it, it should be around like 700 wheel, 3,100 pounds me in the car. We're talking about like C506 weight territory. I mean, the car should run, I don't know, low sixes, maybe a high 560 to 130, maybe something like that. Should be pretty solid. Should be pretty solid. My numbers might be a little bit off, but the goals for this car is gonna be like a 5-second 60 to 130. So 850 wheel, I know would do it 100%, but I gotta get used to it before I do turn it up to that number. Let me know what y'all think, man. Is there anywhere I can improve on dropping some weight? Like I said, I have some things in the works that are gonna get done, but if you guys got any recommendations on K members or maybe some parts that I missed that could drop the weight of this car, let me know. Also, this week we are going to be going ahead and pulling the car down. I got the new keyway because originally I was sent the wrong keyway, so we got the right one now, so we can go ahead and mount that 2.7 pulley. Let me know what you guys think the car is going to make on the dyno. I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to go ahead and get the car dynoed the same day that I drop pulleys, because the tires literally are like on 25 psi. It's going to be 100 plus degrees in the shop. The car is going to make on the dyno quite literally the same, if not less horsepower than it did before. It's gonna make probably reading maybe like 450. I mean, it made 437 previously with the 287 with the 28-inch tall tire around the same psi. So who knows what it will make now. I'll probably go ahead and wait, just test the car out, because I am gonna go ahead and run this car against some even faster cars this weekend on the new setup. So depending on what the car does, honestly, I have literally no idea how the car is going to operate on this new pulley setup with this weight reduction, because I have not raced the car yet. after essentially dropping like 100 pounds. So we're gonna find out. Hopefully everything goes well and the car, you know, it rolls out pretty good, which I think it will roll out pretty good. I think the car with this pulley setup, according to the dyno, same conditions as last time, I think it's gonna make like 465, 470 wheel, because it made 437 before. So I think it should make like 465, 470, stock bottom end, stock head, stock cams. Yes, I know that's crazy. I know I'm pushing it, but again, we have a new motor that's being built. I'm full setting this to have some fun with the stock motor. Yeah, just to have some, I guess, miles per gallon, and to, I'll be honest, just to prove a point that you can go ahead and go out and have some fun with the 2-valve stock motor. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you guys drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, also turn on the post notifications, man. Let me know what y'all think the car is gonna make. Dyno numbers are just numbers. I don't really care about them, but I do know some of you guys do care about those numbers and kind of want to have a reference on, you know, where their car should be at, you know, with certain modifications done. We still got that dormant intake on the car right now, so subtract 20 wheel horsepower from whatever the car makes right now, because if I would have put the stock intake, it'd probably pick up like 20 wheel. But we got a an Edelbrock intake for the new motor, so we're gonna do all that, you know, when everything's freshened up under the hood. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Deuces.